Alright guys, so we got the cold side completely done. There's the intercooler. I got the mounts welded on the bottom. The charge pipe's done. I just haven't put it on yet. I still got to do some bottom mounts. However, I'm going to go ahead and start on the exhaust. So I started kind of test fitting some pieces, and my welds were coming out really bad, and I was very disappointed until I realized I didn't have enough gas coverage. So I went ahead and cranked the gas coverage way up. I need to cut this off and re-angle it anyway, so it's no big deal. But I want to tack this, purge it, get it all welded up, and make sure I have enough skill set to do that. Maybe I'll cut some practice pieces, do a little bit of practice first, because I do want this to come out as best as possible. So anyways, just showing you guys this. Once I kind of get it really going and we get some good welds, I'll kind of show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, so I did end up getting the settings figured out on the welder. As you can see, I didn't have enough gas flow, so I cranked the gas flow up. With stainless, it's very important they have a lot of gas coverage. And yeah, the welds are coming out really good now, so I'm going to go ahead and get this V-band all welded on. Then I'm going to put some foil on this to back purge it and get these two pieces, these two seams right here welded. That way we can get this on the car and start mocking everything up. And I know for sure this is how it's going to come off the turbo, so I'm going to go ahead and just get all this all welded up and done. And that way I'm going to do it later. I just thought I'd get the flange all loaded.
Yeah, do your thing, do your thing.
Hey guys, it's another day, another project. So I did start getting the exhaust mocked up. The owner went ahead and took the turbo housing and the charge pipes because the turbo housing was the wrong color. So he's gonna get that recoated, and then he's getting all the charge pipes coated too. I still gotta do the intercooler brackets, haven't done that yet, but we're gonna go ahead and move on and start on the exhaust. So I kind of showed you guys me prepping this piece. I got the welds looking pretty good. And yeah, I just went ahead and mocked this up for now. So this is kind of the direction we're gonna go with it. We're gonna take this piece like this. I told him, like, you know, it's probably a good idea to run a flex joint. So that's gonna go like that. And then we're gonna have a piece come to here, a V-band, and then he's gonna have to come here and drill the hole. I don't wanna drill the hole in his fender. But yeah, that's kind of gonna be the exhaust, super simple. And yeah, so far it's coming out pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So that's what I got done tonight. I've probably been out here for about an hour. So like, I think the biggest thing I'm always waiting on is my bandsaw to cut. Because when you cut stainless, you don't really want to rush. Because it's such a harder metal, you'll dull the blades out faster. So I like to let the machine go really slow. But because it's running so long, the motor gets really hot. As you can see, I have the fan here helping cool it down. But yeah, that's probably what's taking me the longest, is just waiting for it to get cut. But for right now, as soon as I get more progress, I'll continue to show you guys kind of how it comes together. But so far it's shaping up pretty good. I'm very happy with how it looks, and I mean, what do you guys think? It looks pretty good, right? So anyways, catch you guys in the next one. All right guys, we're back out here the next day. So this is kind of where we left off at. That's just sitting there right now. So I think I want to go ahead and get that tacked up and then start building the piece from here to there. I think I kind of want to build this first because I believe it's going to be easier just to connect the two, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to go ahead and cut some more pies up just to have a couple extra and cut a couple more pieces. And I do got to make a mount of some sort, so I got to figure out how to do that. All right guys, so I kind of went ahead and made this piece. This is going to go toward the engine. We have the flow going that way. This is a V-band, and that's the other side here. Now we got to make this pipe with a mount. That way this pipe can take off separately and this pipe can take off separately from each other. That's kind of the idea of putting a mount. And yeah, so to get the direction pointing right, this doesn't perfectly line up to right there. So, but if I aim it to that direction, it will perfectly line up. So I'm gonna have to hold this and do a tack with it on the car and then pull the whole thing off and weld it. But that's kind of what we're looking at so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another piece mocked up right here, just to kind of get an idea of how it's all going to go and get it all tacked up. And then once it's all tacked, we're going to back purge it and then weld the whole thing solid, and that should be it. And then we got to put an O2 bunk still, but that'll be on that side of the pipe, and we have plenty of room to do that, so I don't think that'll be an issue. All right, so we got our V-bands tacked. So this is the piece going out of the fender. This is the piece coming from what we've already built. We still don't have the hole, so I made that piece a little shorter, and like I said, the owner's gonna come and he's gonna cut it, and then I'll just extend it to the exhaust tip. So now I'm gonna take this whole thing, put it right here, because I have to because I also have to leave room for the V-band clamp because it's very close to here. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of mock all this up, put the V-band on, and if everything fits, all I gotta do is tack the flex joint and it should be good to go. So what I'll probably do is, if I get it tacked up perfectly, I'll take it off, weld a bunch, put it back on just to make sure nothing shifts, and that's it. We'll just keep checking it. I don't want to weld on this. It warps somewhere weird. We put it on, it doesn't fit, because that would suck. All right, guys, here's what I kind of came up with. I don't know if I'm happy with it yet, so I haven't welded anything solid because it kind of bends a little bit. And the flex joint's really close to the firewall, so I don't know if that's going to create problems with heat. I don't want to bubble the paint, but I don't know. It really doesn't look bad, but I don't know if I'm 100% on it because you can kind of look here. It's kind of cocked that way. So I don't know. I do need to get the hole drilled, so I think I'm gonna hit up the dude to come do that before I do anything else. And I kind of wish I would have put the V-band over here, so I might end up moving it, but yeah, we'll see. I think for now I'm just gonna leave it like this until I get the owner's opinion, see what he thinks, and then we're gonna continue on it. But this is pretty good for now. I mean, it's pretty well mocked up. So, and then I'm gonna create some sort of brace to go from here to here to help support this part of the pipe, and she should be pretty good. Alright, another day, another fab. So I've just got in the mail. These are 0.035 stainless TIG rods. So I'm gonna try these out. I saw a video of a guy using them and they looked like they worked really well. But so back on this thing, we got the hole drilled for the exhaust, and all I gotta do is build from there to there. It's kind of a weird angle, so I'm gonna have to probably add 2 pies. And then we're gonna put this like this, so that's kind of how the customer wants it. So it shouldn't be too crazy. So yeah, I need to get all that done. And then once this section's pretty good, we're gonna make the mount. Once that's good, then I'll weld all this solid back purge, weld it all up, and it should be good to go. And that's it. Hopefully we'll be done with this thing. I still gotta add the O2 bung, and I'll be completely done with the fab work. I'm pretty excited to get the fab work done because I wanna do some work in the garage, tidy up. I bought an AC unit I wanna slap in here. I mean, I've lived here for 10 years now almost, and for some reason I've never put an AC in my garage, even though I live in Texas. So we're gonna get that done, and then that's it. We have just a whole other list of projects. We're just gonna keep knocking them out one by one. Oop. But yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so here's what I kind of got going on for the exhaust tip. So I put like a pie and a half, I guess you could call it, and then it's gonna go something like that. So let's put it on the car and see what it looks like. So we're kind of looking like that, and then I think I just got to put an extension piece because the angle looks correct. So I think I need to cut me maybe a 3-inch extension, and it should be good. And also I did weld with this really thin stuff, and ooh, that's still kind of hot. Some of the welds came out pretty good, so we're gonna definitely try to use that. And yeah, I'm gonna get that cut. I'm gonna get that piece cut. Here's my bandsaw set up, and that's it. I'm gonna let this thing go. Alrighty guys, so here's how we kind of come up with. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and feed this through, and then we gotta get the flex coupler tacked right there. And as long as everything looks good, we can take it all apart and weld it solid. So I think it looks pretty good, and I'm trying to get the angle to match the angle of the fender. But yeah, go ahead. But that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this slapped on. Alright guys, there it is installed. It looks pretty good. We were trying to get it a little closer in, but I think that's about as good as we can get it for now. So I'm gonna make sure he's cool with that before we burn that in. I do want it a little more in, but due to where the cut's at, it's gonna start to hit right here. So this is probably gonna be the best that we can do as far as what we already have. And that's it. Now I gotta get this flex joint tacked on there, and this thing should be done. I do gotta make the bracket here still, and then I gotta make sure I pick the pipe up a tiny bit so it's not rubbing, and it should be good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get a little tack on that. I gotta bring the welder over here to do that, and then start making that little bracket up. And then we can take this all back apart again, fully weld it. I did have to take the fender off in order to get this through. It was a little bit tricky, but fit on there okay. But yeah, super happy with how this is coming out. Kind of give you guys a far out. I think it looks super, super awesome. All right, guys, we got the downpipe completely welded and all done, and came out pretty good. The dot is I have to drill a hole there to put the wideband, and that's it. So this is pretty much completely done. It was back Persian, everything's good to go there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish the tip. So as you can see, I removed it from the car. I'm making a bracket mount right here to hold this at the body of the car, and then we just gotta finish weld those 3 joints right there, and we're pretty much done. Once it's all done, I'm gonna get it back on the car, permanently mounted, hopefully for good, and yeah, should be good to go. All right, we got our O2 sensor bung welded on. That's done. So this thing is 100% good to go. Now I just got to finish the tip. I already got the bracket welded on. I'm just going to finish with all that. We're going to slap this on and I am done. And man, this was a heck of a project, but I am super happy how it came out with. And I do have a better grasp on how to weld for sure. I definitely learned a lot doing this. And yeah, I'm gonna hopefully apply those skills to my personal builds and make some really cool stuff for you guys on this channel. So we are still waiting for the pipes to come back from powder coating. The idea is when they're back, we're gonna put everything on, put the entire car together as far as all the fabrication work we did. That way we can kind of go over and show you guys everything we did and kind of go from there. But anyways, I guess that's gonna do it for right now. I'm gonna go shower, I'm really hot, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, guys, we're finally done with the exhaust. So I got this piece all tacked up. I got this piece all finish welded. It came out super freaking awesome. Very happy with that. I also went ahead and got the support all welded, and I kind of rounded the edges off just to kind of clean it up. This still needs to be painted so it won't rust because this is just normal steel, but everything else is complete. So now all we got to do is permanently mount this to the car. That's already all done, so we can connect the whole system up, put it on the car, and that's it. This thing's 100% good to go. So I'm gonna get with the owner. He's gonna come help me install it, put it on. We're gonna make sure everything fits, and the thing should be good to go. So once I get the whole exhaust on, I'll show you guys it all on the car, and we are done. So extremely happy how it came out. Didn't really have any problems, nothing really faulted me, everything kind of worked pretty good, so pretty happy about that. All right, guys, there it is. The exhaust is completely on the car. I'm completely done fabricating on this thing. Super happy with how everything came out. I think I've said that a million times at this point in the video series, but yeah, so exhaust is all completely done, 2-piece downpipe. We got the tip on it, everything was good. Owner came and checked it out. He was super stoked about everything. We're still waiting on all the intercooler piping and stuff to get back from the powder coaters to throw all that on, and I'd like to get like a final shot of all the work we did. But yeah, I just want to do this, kind of finish up this specific video of all the fabrication work. So we're completely done with this car. I'm just gonna wait for him to, like I said, get the pipes. That way I can get the car out of here. Once the car's out of here, we're gonna start on a different project. I got some engines over there I want to work on. I have the Ranger project I want to get back in here and tweak. And then I have the Silverado in the backyard. So one of those 3 I'm gonna start messing with. More than likely, I'm gonna redo the whole garage while I have the space, because I don't have the Cadillac in here right now. And I think I'm just gonna take that time to kind of clean up. I want to install an AC unit and just make this place really nice, because when you're in a really nice work environment, it's easy to have motivation and get stuff done. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this video series. Thank you all for watching. If you didn't check the other 2 videos out, go check them out. It's all how we did the intercooler stuff, all the charge pipes and all that good stuff. But yeah, super happy with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is that something you like on your car? And we'll see what we come up with in the next project.